Hey, welcome to Vine and Thorn Witch. So today I thought that we would have a fun thrifting art project or crafty project, whatever you want to call it. So I picked up this candle holder at my local thrift store, and it is a little too big for the chime candles, and it would take a lot of melting to get one to fit in there, and obviously too small for a standard candle. And one of my new favorite things lately, as you can see over here, is taking candle holders. So this one's a snake that has lots of crystals, so I don't want to pick it up because it'll move around, but let me show. So this here is a snake that I have picked up, and instead of putting a candle on it, I have one of my, what is the name of this stone? I'm going to forget, and in editing I will add the name to it later. But my favorite thing is adding a crystal on top of the candle holders. And so I thought that would be a really good idea for this one. I have this clear crystal sphere that I have had forever. This is probably one of my very first ones, and I don't use it very often anymore because I've learned that I prefer the ones that have that aren't so clear. I like the ones that are shadowy. So if it has more like this kind of a look to it, that is my go-to. So I figured I want to still enjoy this, and so I'm going to put it on top, and I'm going to weave a little bit of home protection in there. So let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, so the first thing I am going to need to do is clean this. I have no idea of the history of it. However, my favorite thing to do when I bring something home from the thrift shop, of course, is go ahead and give it a very thorough energy cleansing. One of my biggest things is washing it with moon water, of course, and then I'm going to go through the process of letting it sit out in a shadow moon, out in the air in the shadow moon, which is something that I can't really do on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and then I will come back with it all clean, and of course I'll give it a good like a good scruffy cleaning. Okay, be right back. Okay, so it sat out in the shadow moon for an entire night, and then I brought it in and I gave it a really good cleaning with lemon juice. Okay, so we have the rue. So rue is an excellent herb for reasons of protection. There's a lot of poetry and old wisdom about keeping rue close to the heart to make sure that your health, but also your spirit, is good and protected. So I'm going to go ahead and put some rue in the space where the candle was, and I'm going to whisper my words of intentions for family protection, and then I will seal this. So this rue is going to stay in here for as long as this crystal ball is attached to this candle holder. All right, so you want to make sure that the inside here is completely dry. I'm probably going to pick out any sticks. I want to mostly have it be level. But you want to make sure it's dry so that you don't have any rot happening in this little space. All right. So we got the rue nicely put in there. And here is where, let me get that little stick out of there. Actually, I feel to break that one and keep it in there. Okay. So now, here is where I'm going to sit here for about 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to meditate with this. I'm going to do a little bit of chanting. I'm going to add that energy of my protection intention into the rue, which is going to be what is going to charge this energy with the crystal. So now I'm going to use my trusty tacky glue. This is my most favorite glue for most of my crafts. I think it's just a miracle glue. So I'm just gonna make sure you can see this on the camera. I'm just gonna put some glue all the way around. Make sure it does not, that's a little messier than I intended. But I want to make sure it's not anywhere near the herbs. Again, that moisture. We don't want the moisture in there. Okay. And now, actually I want that to be a little bit further away. A little trial and error, right? Nothing is perfect, which is what's fun about doing things with magic, because nothing is perfect. Everything has some kind of an improv. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put this crystal ball right there, and it should stick in there. Yep. I don't know if you can tell, but it fits in there perfectly. The candle holder has a little bit of a bowling effect, and so it allows this to fit there perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and let that sit for a few days. Let me show you maybe a little bit better what it looks like. You get the reflection of my ring lights in there. But I'm gonna let it sit for a few days and let that tacky glue harden and become permanent, and then I'll bring the video back to show you what it looks like when it's done. Basically this is it, but just for a finishing touch. The crystal ball is done, and what's really cool, I don't know if I can show you, but you can see through it that the roux is at the base, which I thought was really amazing. And let me show you where I am going to set it up in my home. Okay, so here I am in my living room, and this is one of my side tables where I have some crystals, my little knight of armor, one of my really big spheres, and now the thrift store find candlestick with the crystal sphere attached to it. And I have it here by a light so it can be illuminated, and that roux protection is in the candle holder part. So just a really fun, easy, affordable thrifting with things that either you have in your home and something you find at the thrift store, or whatever kind of fun for witchy decorating. So thanks for stopping by and spending a few moments of your day with me exploring this little craft. Hopefully you're having a great day wherever you are, and as always, happy witching!